You wake up at 4 a.m., you take an ice bath that feels like death, you chug raw eggs and stare at a wall for 30 minutes because dopamine detox. You are on that Sigma grind set. You are a stoic. You are an absolute unit of self-mastery. But you're also low-key miserable and have zero friends. Why? Because the internet has gaslit you. We have entered an era where self-improvement has looped back around to become self-destruction. We've convinced an entire generation of men that emotions are cringe, that needing people is an L, and that the only way to secure the bag of happiness is to become an unfeeling robot. We call this broicism, and it is scientifically ruining your life. Let me explain how you played yourself and how to fix it before you end up as a lonely NPC with a six-pack. First order of business, you are reading the wrong books, or rather, you're reading the right books, but your comprehension is mid. When modern hustle culture talks about stoicism, they think it means suppressing all emotion. They think Marcus Aurelius was walking around like a Terminator, feeling absolutely nothing while people threw spears at him. This is cap. Actual stoicism, the stuff written by Zeno, Seneca, and Mark Aurelius, wasn't about deleting emotions, it was about processing them. The ancient Stoics believed in pro-social behavior. They thought humans were like bees in a hive. If you isolate the bee dies. But broicism teaches hyper-independence. It tells you that relying on others is a weakness. Psychology calls this counter-dependency. It's a trauma response where you avoid attachment because you're scared of getting hurt, so you convince yourself you're just too strong for people. You aren't a lone wolf. You're a social mammal with anxiety. Here is where the biology gets messy. When you force yourself to be stoic by shoving your feelings into a dark closet, you are engaging in what psychologists call expressive suppression. You think you're holding back the bad stuff, the anxiety, the fear, the cringe, but the brain is a package deal. You cannot selectively numb emotions. When you numb the negative, you also numb the positive. You kill your ability to feel joy, excitement, and connection. This is called emotional blunting. Basically, by trying to be a high-value man who is never sad, you become a low-value human who is never happy. And people can tell. Humans have these things called mirror neurons. When I talk to you, my brain is subconsciously trying to sync with yours. If you are putting up a wall of fake stoicism, my mirror neurons get confused. They perceive a threat. They perceive you as inauthentic or uncanny valley. So while you think you look mysterious and powerful, everyone else just thinks you're weird and uncomfortable to be around. You are literally repelling the social connection you need to survive. Let's look at this phylogenetically. For 99% of human history, if you were independent and didn't need the tribe, you were lion food. Your brain is hardwired to perceive loneliness as a physical threat. A study from UCLA showed that social exclusion lights up the exact same parts of the brain as physical pain. Being lonely literally hurts. When you isolate yourself to grind, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic cortisol shrinks your hippocampus and swells your amygdala, which is the fear part. So by trying to be a stoic loner, you are actually making yourself stupider and more afraid. True self-improvement isn't about becoming an island, it's about building better bridges. So how do we uncook this mess? You need to redefine stoicism. Real courage isn't suppressing your feelings, it's admitting them. It's looking at your bro and saying, I'm struggling right now, without fearing that you'll lose your alpha card. That is vulnerability, and vulnerability is the only hack that actually builds strong relationships. Stop trying to be a marble statue. Marble statues are cold, hard, and birds poop on them. Be a human, touch some grass, call your mom. Anyway, that therapy session is going to cost you 1 subscribe. See you in the next one.